What's going on YouTube? Thanks for stopping by. My name is Michael, also known as Hyrule Dude. Today we're going to be going over the brand new Champions Ballad DLC 2-pack, and this is the Obliterator trial. I'm going to show you the easiest and the fastest method to get through this trial once and for all. Now if you look at your map, you're going to see 4 locations marked on the Great Plateau. These are locations you have to go to and obliterate all of the nearby enemies to reveal nearby shrines. Now I suggest having some Lionel bows, some arrows, some bomb arrows, and ancient arrows with you on this journey. The first shrine I'm going to go to is the closest one, and it's by the Forest of Spirits. I'm going to go ahead and paraglide over to where the big hollow log is, and at the top of it you're going to see a bokoblin. I'm going to take him out really quick with my arrow. From there I'm going to drop down to the center of this hollow log to lure in my second bokoblin. This is where I'm going to use bomb arrows. Bomb arrows are very effective for taking out keys, so that's why I suggest making sure to have those before you start this trial. After getting rid of the keys, I'm going to go ahead and take out a few more bokoblins that are on the ground, and then I'm going to proceed up to the top of this tree in front of me. At the top of this tree, you're going to see a gold bokoblin. Take him out with the Obliterator and continue picking off the remaining bokoblins with a powerful bow. And now we're going to have access to the first shrine of the trial. This is the Yowaka Ita Shrine, and it's a pretty simple shrine to beat. You just have to make sure to watch out for the rolling projectiles coming out of the chutes in the shrine. Now, this shrine has 2 treasure chests that you can get, and let's go ahead and get those now. So what we want to do is we want to use our magnesis on this bowl, and the first thing we're going to want to catch is the big, huge, ancient boulder. That's going to open the gate for us to get to our first treasure chest that holds a phrenic bow. The phrenic bows are very, very good to have. After we get the phrenic bow, let's go ahead and use the magnesis on the metal bowl again, and we're going to grab the second treasure chest that is popping out of this section right here. And let's carefully bring it over back to us. And finally, we're going to grab the small ancient orb. And that's it. Now this treasure chest will give you 5 bomb arrows, and let's go ahead and grab this ancient ball and bring it back to the top near the beginning of the shrine and throw it right here, which is then going to open the gate for us to collect our spirit orb and complete this shrine. Now the easiest way to the next shrine is going to be to transport over to the Chigah Shrine, and so let's go ahead and head there now. From here, let's just go ahead and run straight, and we're going to make a right, and you'll see this hill with a few Lizalfos on there and also a guardian. I'm going to use my ancient arrows to take these Lizalfos out because they will sound a horn, and then all the Lizalfos will come after you at once. So I'll take those guys out, then I'm going to sneak around this tree and climb up and sneak over to the next Lizalfos and use my Obliterator to take them out with one hit. From there, I'm just going to turn around and jump off this ledge and use my paraglider to take this Lizalfos out. Now, this other enemy right here does not have a horn. All he's going to do is grab his weapon and come back to fight you, so no one else is going to know you're even there. So that's really good because you could stay on the outskirts and take care of him in peace before you take care of his buddies. just over the hill, there's 3 more Lizafos. I'm going to use an ancient arrow with my 3-shot Lionel bow, and with 1 arrow, I'm going to take out 2 enemies. Finally, I'm going to run up to the 3rd Lizafos and just use my Obliterator and smash him in the face. Now we're going to have access to the 2nd shrine of the trial. The 3rd shrine of this video is the Rohta Chigah Shrine. And here in the middle of the room, you're going to see a spiked floor with some metal objects that you can use magnesis on. Grab the metal slab and bring it all the way to the right so you can walk on it. Then grab the climbable cube and climb on top of that, and then repeat the process by grabbing the slab and bringing it over so you can climb to the top of the cube and open a chest that contains a forest dweller shield. Once you obtain the shield, go ahead and paraglide to the door, and once you go through it, you're going to see these spinning gears. Use stasis on the first one to make it a little bit easier to run across. Here in the next room, you're going to see these spiked boulders. The first one has a rope that you can cut, so just use magnesis and cut closest to the boulder, as it's just much easier to catch that little teeny rope. The next room will have a switch on the floor. Once you step on the switch, you're going to activate a wall of spikes that's going to come after you. Nothing to worry about because you can run straight down to the altar and collect your next spirit orb. Now, to get to the next shrine, we're going to want to transport over to the Namit Shrine, and that's over by Mount Hylia, and this is going to be the next place we're going to want to go to progress towards the completion of the Obliterator trial. Right from the shrine, we're going to want to go ahead and paraglide to the east, and immediately you're going to encounter some keys, so take them out and continue climbing up towards where you see the plume of smoke. For the Choo Choo Jelly, I'm going to take out my fire arrow, which is instantly going to melt him. I'm going to take out an ancient arrow and take out some of the moblins. Also, another fire arrow to get rid of the wizard robe. From there, I'm going to continue climbing up the small little hill and use my fire arrows on the Lizafos and the Choo Choo Jellies, along with the Keese bats. And then I'm going to take out this moblin with my Obliterator. Finally, I'm going to knock out the last Lizafos with another fire arrow. This is going to reveal the next shrine. This is the 3rd shrine of this video, and it's the Estu Korima Shrine. And it's pretty simple. Once you get in, you're going to go up the steps, and when you get to this row of lasers, just crouch down and you can just go right underneath the lasers. Now, you could use bright arrows to kind of help you light up the way. Really, you're just going to want to stick to the left-hand side for the most part throughout this trial. When you get to this room, just wait for when the fire switch turns off, which will allow you to run right through it. In the next room, you're going to see 3 Guardian Scouts, so just be careful. Remember, you have the Obliterator, so 1 hit will take them out. After taking care of those Guardian Scouts, you can just run up the steps and collect your next spirit orb. Now on to the final shrine of this trial. We're going to head over to the Temple of Time. Now, if you're standing at the top of the Temple of Time, right below it, you're going to see your next location. There's going to be a bunch of enemies, primarily Lizafos, some Bokoblins as well. I'm just going to use a bunch of electric arrows here, and this is where I'm going to use the Phrenic Bow. The Phrenic Bow shoots really straight and really far, so it's really useful for these kinds of attacks. So I'm going to pick off all of these Lizafos one by one. and I have been spotted by a bokoblin. So let me take him out with my Obliterator. One strike is going to take him and his little horsey out. Let me go ahead and activate stasis to see where the next enemy is. There's another Lizalfos. One Obliterator strike takes him out. And finally, there's one more bokoblin to take out before we can reveal the last shrine. Here at the final shrine, you're going to go through a major test of strength. There's a bunch of different types of guardians in this shrine. This is called the Ruvo Korbah Shrine. And keep in mind, you have the one-hit obliterator, so don't be too nervous to go through it. Just make your moves precise and make sure to hit them when you swing. Now, when you go to where there's typically an altar, you're going to find a treasure chest with 5 bomb arrows and then a switch. When you step on that switch, it's going to allow the floor to the main room to drop, allowing you to descend to the lower level of the shrine. Here you're going to take out a few guardian scouts and continue progressing through the shrine. The second treasure chest to the shrine is located right here, and this contains a giant core, so that's very, very useful. Definitely worth obtaining while you're here. Once you head back out, you're going to want to go to where you see the ladder, climb up the ladder, and when you turn around, you're going to see another treasure chest. This contains a small key that will give you access to the next room, which is the main room of the shrine. Here you're going to find a whole bunch of guardians that you have to go through and take them all out, which is really, really simple. Once you take out the last guardian, it's going to lift the gate, giving you access to get the final spirit orb. And that about wraps everything up for this video, ladies and gentlemen. This DLC pack is amazing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'm going to be seeing you on the next video coming out really soon. May God bless you all. I love you. Cheers.